Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about changing the subject of a formula. And again in Sec 2, we learned this. This is O-level stuff. You actually do the exact same thing at O-levels, even though you learn it in Sec 2. So as a Sec 2 student, you'll be like, oh, what is this subject of a formula? First time you hear this term. So let's spend some time explaining. So if I use the formula, this one, I have a formula, say b equal to a plus x. So in this case, the subject is actually b, because it is 1b equal to something, and it's only one single b. So in this case, b is the subject, so it's like the main protagonist like that. So what happens is, we want it to change. So let's say I say, oh, change the subject to x, which means from b equals something, now I need it to be x equals something. So in this case, it's quite simple, right? If you take this part, the right hand side, you minus a, and then you also minus a on the left side, you are left with x, isn't it? So you can see that once I minus a, I get this. And in this case, x is the subject because it's only one x equal to something. So this might feel very simple. Of course, equations can vary in difficulty. If all equations like that, that'll be great, right? But unfortunately, it's going to be, it can be way more complicated than what we see here. So we are now at the proper place that we actually learn the O-level stuff. So again, I start with the general steps. So these are the general steps. But this will be for the most standard kind of question in O-levels. If it gets easier, you may not use all the steps. If it gets harder, you may have to do extra things. But generally, these 5 steps will cover most of the patterns. Okay, so let's do it from the simplest to the hardest. Okay, so level 1, this is probably, you will never see this in O-levels, but never mind. So let's start with this. So for this equation, let's make x the subject. So this is very easy because you said there's only one x here, and it's already all times together. So basically, 2, b and h just need to divide over to the other side. You can see that I just take 2b and h, because these are all the things I don't want. I want x only, right? So 2bh divide to the other side, you get this. One step, we are done. So basically, there's no need to do anything else. Okay, so let's look at level 2. So something a bit more complicated. So you can see that I want to make y the subject. So let's look at how many y's are there. There's a y here, there's a y here. So there's a few y's there, and then we need to sort of combine it together. So the most logical step over here is to there's no fractions, right? So, and then there's no bracket. So you can see that there's no fraction, no bracket here, is done. So next step will be left hand side of the equation only has the term with desired variable. So this means that all the y's need to move to one side. So in this case, I start from here. I choose to move this -5 to the right side, so that is positive here. Okay, you can move it to the left or right, up to you, it doesn't matter. But I like to keep the so-called variable I want to be positive, as always. So I'm doing this. So this one needs to move to the left, because all the y's should be on the right side in this case. So you can see that y is here, and all these two terms have no y. Okay, so at this point, step 3 is done. So step 3 is done. Next, step 4 will be factorize the desired variable. So over here, all the y's are on the right side. So I'm going to factorize this y out. In fact, sorry, there's no need to factorize, because there's nothing to factorize. You just simplify only. Sorry. So it's 5y minus 2y, so it's equal to 3y. And then here, the same. Okay, so that's why I say step 4 is already done. And then at this point, I just want 1y. I have 3 now, so the 3 divide over to the other side, and it's done. Okay, so let's look at the level 3. So this will be the classic O-level question. Most of the time it looks like this. Okay, so here, so maybe something like that, equal to a fraction. You can see that there's an x here, there's an x here, I want x. So clearly when there's a fraction, we have a bit of a problem. So let's look at step 1 to 5. So step 1, remove all the fractions. Okay, so come here, I have a fraction. So what I do is I need to so-called cross multiply. So this 3x minus 7 times up, the y over 1, this one below, times up. I'm at this point. Okay, so at this point, there's no fractions. Step 1 done. Let's look at step 2. expand all the brackets. Okay, so there should be no brackets, and there's a bracket here. I'm just going to expand, so times, I'm here. So at this point, at step 2, there's no more brackets left. Step 2 is done. Okay, next, again, I need to group all the variable I want to one side. So in this case, I want x. So let's see, I have a x here, I have a x here. So okay, so I'm going to move this 2x to the left, and then this one got no x, this one needs to go to the right. So I'm at this stage. So at this point, step 3 is done. All the x over here got no x at all. Okay, so step 4, I need to factorize out the desired variable. So here, this 2x, I'm going to factorize out. So I'm left with 3y, no more x, at minus 2, no more x here. So I factorize it, and then divide everything else to the right side. So the point of factorizing is to so-called single out the x. From so many x, I'm left with 1x now. So this whole 3y minus 2, this whole thing just need to divide to the other side, and I'm done. You can see that it's 1x equals something, and this whole thing got no x. So this is the classic 5 steps that you will they will settle almost all the change of subject questions. So hope you learned something. Thank you and bye bye.